Welcome to BBP Creations. This is Anubula, Polity classes. This class continuation of the historical background. Today the topic we are discussing 1935 Act. 1935 Act, British government introduced 1935 British Act. This act in England, they felt it was a great provision to Indians, because this act was consisting like our present constitution, articles and schedules. Around 10 schedules consisted in this constitution, and 321 articles consisted in this act. Mostly 1935 Act was felt all the existed provisions in our present constitution taken from this 1935 Act. And the Britishers, they said in England history around 800 years there was no this kind of act was passed, and mostly this act provided federal system. The meaning of federal system, decentralization of powers. So by this act in India, division of powers, dividing the powers between legislative council, which was central body, to provinces, which present we are calling states. So this act made union list, state list, concurrent list. The subject matters only deal by the central government consisted in the union list. The subject matters which were related to the state, the states or provinces have a power to make laws on the subject matters which related with the states. That is totally given to the power to the state governments or provincial governments. Provinces indirectly provide authority to make laws on the state matters. And another list they prepared, the subject matters which were combinedly, that is central legislative and provincial legislatives, combinedly they have to make laws. That kind of subject matters provided to authority to make laws on the subjects by the union as well as state. And remaining the subject matters which not comes under central list, state list and concurrent list, that matter subject called residuary matters. Residuary subject matters, authority provided to the central legislative and governor general. That means the residuary subject matters, on the subject matters the governor general have power to make laws. Examples: state matters mean generally local body or local government, agriculture, tax collection in the local areas. These are related with the state subject matters. And central, defense, army, currency, all these matters are related with the union list. And combined subject matters were education, health. These are the subject matters completely both the provinces and union should take care and make laws on these subject matters. Now, this 1935 Act was divided these subject matters between provinces and central legislative, that is union. Even now in the union, the legislative, central legislative divided two houses. That means in the central legislative, state, provincial council or state council, provincial council or state council. Generally it is called Council of States or Legislative Assembly. Council of States in the central legislative consisted with 260 members. That is Council of States in central legislative. Example, at present the Council of States is called Rajya Sabha. Same as one of the house was existed in the central legislative. And the same time legislative assembly. These assembly also consisted with 375 members. In the both houses, 2/3, that means 1/3 allotted to princely states. That means in the Council of States and Legislative Assembly, the members compulsory 1/3 percentage of the members, they elect or select from the princely states. And most of these members indirect electing system earlier, but here this 1935 Act provided a provision direct elect method. Even the vote percentage is very less, but the members were directly elected. Now in the states earlierly there was bicameralism that was completely abolished. Why? Because now this act was distributed the powers to the provinces, so that the bicameral system in the provinces completely removed. And even where this bicameralism, that is total in India there were 11 provinces are there, 11 provinces. In that 11 provinces, 6 provinces consisted with bicameralism. Now the bicameralism where it was consisted, the total, the state list whenever it was provided, the system was completely removed. The same method, the bicameralism method, was introduced in the central, like reserved subjects and transferred subject. That means in the bicameralism, whenever in the provinces, reserved subjects and transferred subjects, which was divided between governor and ministers, that the same position here in the central, these reserved subjects and transferred subjects continued. But this 1935 Act, which was very, very essential to our Indian peoples, for this reason 35 Act was provided federal court, because whenever subject matters divided between provinces and union, definitely some conflicts will arise, so that the federal court which was established that is October 1, October 1st. The Chief Justice of this federal court was Maurice Geyer. But this federal court justice is not final, because again there was a chance to appeal Privy Council in England. At the same time, this act was to maintain stability in the currency. Reserve Bank of India was established. The Reserve Bank of India at present, which was our Apex Bank, it was established. The Reserve Bank of India at present, which was our Apex Bank, it was established by 1935 British Act. Now, not only that, the government ruling system also divided. That means the territory of India. So, the territory which is only extended from so and so areas. Example, Burma was divided from India, and even Berar also divided. Now here the council which was earlierly established for the Indian purpose, the council completely abolished. But finally, in 1937, whenever the elections are held, the vote percentage was provided to 10.6%. So these 10.6% of the voters elected their leaders. But unfortunately, these leaders who were elected out of 11 provinces, in the 8 provinces they established ministerial positions. That means like CMs. But they were completely resigned in 1939. Why? Because Britain declared India also participating in the Second World War. We know that 1939 Second World War started and it was ended after 1945. So whenever, without concern to our Indian leaders who are elected directly by the voters, even they didn't inform to them, they declared India is also participating in the Second World War. The Indian leaders felt very bad, because without concern, how they can decide? So all at once they resigned. After this 1935 Act, in 1940, Lord Linlithgow, then Prime Minister of England, brought one proposal that is called August Proposal. In this August Proposal, if Indians accepted and India also participate in the Second World War, then we will provide autonomous or dominious status. This is August Proposal. But Indian National Congress not accepted this proposal. After that, 1942, Cripps, Sir Stafford Cripps proposal came to India, and this Cripps tried to convince Indian National Congress as well as Mahatma Gandhi, and he said, we will provide autonomous freedom or dominious status after the war. Before that, you should support the war. But Mahatma Gandhi was not accepted. Then whenever Cripps and Indian National Congress talks failed, Gandhiji decided Quit India movement. After 1945, 1942, again there were different type of Wavell plan, Simla plan, and CR formula and cabinet mission. All these failures of plans, the second cabinet mission came to India. The second cabinet mission came to India in 1946, and the cabinet came to India. It was accepted. First time it was accepted the proposal of Constituent Assembly, which Constitution made. And these second cabinet mission, whenever they accepted the Constituent Assembly proposal, that means to establishment of the Constituent Assembly for India, then this proposal was introduced. After that, Clement Attlee, the then Prime Minister who came to throne, he also proposed freedom of India, but he was not accepted the proposal of the Muslim League. The Muslim League, they wanted to divide India into two partitions, but Clement Attlee proposal was rejected this division. And lastly, Lord Mountbatten plan, which famously known as Dickey Bird plan. And Mountbatten plan was accepted the division and partition. Partition of India was accepted by Lord Mountbatten plan. Before that, there was a long story is there. Whenever Mountbatten also came to our India, before the Mountbatten, there was religiously, that means Muslim League leader Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he was created panic in our country. In that panic situations, lot of life and property damaged, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah insisted, if we should not get our separate country, we can't stay calm, so we continue to do like this. Mahatma Gandhi felt better we divide, because this kind of life, this kind of situation is not good for our people. So the first time Mahatma Gandhi was also accepted the partition of India. Then Lord Mountbatten was accepted freedom to two separate countries like Pakistan and India. And lastly, 1947 Act. 1947 Act, British Act was given freedom to both territories like Pakistan and India. We know that Pakistan, East Pakistan earlierly, now at present is Bangladesh, where high percentage of Muslims are living. That territories, by consulting that people, they added to the Pakistan. Like East Pakistan given to India, and East Punjab given to Indian territory and West Punjab given to Pakistan. Like here, Pakistan was given Balochistan, Northwest Frontier, West Punjab, and present Bangladesh, which is called East Pakistan. By these territories, Pakistan was separated, and British Prime Minister passed a resolution in June 3rd, 1948, we will declare complete freedom. But the situations or conditions, whenever it was completely under control, earlierly they declared freedom. In Britain Parliament, July 4th, 1947, in the Britain Parliament, the Prime Minister introduced Freedom of the Independence of India Bill, and it get passed 15th July and 18th July. The British Crown was assent. So whenever it was 15th July, it was given assent. Then they declared now onwards India and Pakistan both are free countries. And British, whenever they declared freedom to both the countries, Pakistan was chosen Muhammad Ali Jinnah as a Governor General, and India accepted Mountbatten as a Governor General until whenever the constitution was made. But by this proposal, Lord Mountbatten said, until the constitution preparation, British government will be support. And this is compulsory, it is not a compulsory. The Indian Constituent Assembly, which was made the constitution, will be affected to the Pakistan and other provinces. It is depends on this territory. So that Pakistan was separately, Constituent Assembly was prepared and they made their own constitutions. And after that, the total princely states also given freedom by the British Crown. They won't said provinces, princely state should join either India or Pakistan. But Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the then Home Minister, he worked hard and most of the princely states were joined in the Indian territory. And finally, we got independence by the British Act 1947. So this is the historical background, and remaining the number of points you can be read through different books, and I try my level best to provide maximum information. So if you satisfied, then you can encourage to others, and this channel BBP Creation, subscribe and send to your friends, make them to share, right? And maximum timings you will be concentrate on the study and get knowledge more. Thank you.